Hi, I'm Kedisha Coakley. I'm just here in my studios at Exchange Place and I'm part of YSI Sculpture Network. I remember the first time of when I started producing works with hair and it never ever occurred to me that people would have an aversion to it and they would have responses like thoughts of hair in the drain hole and things like that. Hair and food don't necessarily always go together. It's like hair has always been something to be like glorified and made up and molded, and if you know me, you know my hair changes like so constantly, and it changes my persona. It's like clothes, it's fashion. So just remember from being young, sat between my aunt's legs, having my hair cane rode or have it braided, and then it's almost like a coming of age, hearing the conversations that they're having, things that you're not supposed to hear sometimes. You have to pretend you're not listening, and yeah, just intimate moments. Being brought up around a lot of single mothers and a lot of women that were doing things on their own, there's almost not a lot of opportunity for them to be tender and to be soft and to be kind of, yeah, just something other than providing and sustaining and fighting the world. So those moments were just so lovely to just have that care and have that, you know, intimacy about making your hair look nice and, you know, present yourself. It was just, yeah, those are things that I hold on to. When you braid, you kind of don't think about it, you just relax into it. I think in the same way, it's why I probably enjoy sculpture and working with, especially lost wax. And there's a meditative thing about it that just allows space for thought when I take my time. So again, the reason why I clean my things by hand, I do everything as much as I can by hand, and don't like use the machines, because I just enjoy that time spending with the work and just seeing what it reveals. Mostly what I feel like I need to kind of establish with this work for myself and maybe moving out into the public is that it's not about the food. It's not really about the food, it's about the legacy, the journey. Or it's just the food is my entry point in terms of where it starts for me, and it's my everyday. Like a lot of my things are, it's kind of, the food is obviously there and important, but it's not about what we eat, it's about how we consume, which sounds crazy, but yeah, in that sense. But what I quite enjoy is the experiences that ones relate to it, to do with connecting. That's a point of connection, isn't it? You use the food as a point of connection to open up a larger dialogue around these things. So that's kind of where I'm wanting it to hold like a firm space. Going back to the breadfruit being something that I have pretty much every week at home and grew up with it with my family, and just kind of unpicking the legacy of that, recognising certain things like the monument for William Blight was only like 20 minutes away from where I previously used to live, but yet the knowledge of that isn't in the community, and that Brixton Market, which would sell all of these things, is like down the road. So it just kind of started a journey of unpicking where these things came from, how they came in our existence, which kind of led me to Kew Gardens and them cultivating various seeds and pods, and then finding out that breadfruit was basically slave fodder, what they took from Tahiti, replanted as a cheap way to feed their slaves for their workforce. So yeah, again, it's about all those untold stories that are kind of layered within these things that we have in our everyday. And again, more of mine are like passion fruits and tamarind and other things that I consume, and kind of the knowledges and the experiences that are not taken or not carried with them, and how we can kind of repatriate them, or if we can. My dad being a Rastafarian, a lot of the things that he used to give us, like, heal you by the land, like you'd be a bush tea for this, you know, it would be very rarely anything that would be like chemical based, and that's been ingrained into me. So there's always been this connection with botanicals, life, spirituality. It's an interesting space for me. So again, I feel like this project will kind of enter into that in various ways, because it is kind of under the surface of what I'm doing, and like I said, it always comes from where my own experiences as well.